shut it off before we leak too much fuel. That fuel line is bad. It's all just dry rotted. That one looks okay, but it doesn't look like it's gonna stay for too much longer. So I think the plan for this is I'm going to replace that section and that other section. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crack the fuel. Yeah, the top of the fuel primer, just in case there is any pressure that'll hopefully release it, because I don't want to get covered in diesel fuel today. I mean, I'm going to, I just don't want to get sprayed in the face with it, because squint safety goggles only does so much. I will pull this, pull that end off. All right, I don't think it's a pressurized line. Well, it's not high pressure right here. All right, and then all we gotta do is, oh, there we go. Cool. This piece is off, and as you can see, it is right. All these are just dry rotted. I might just get 5 or 6 feet of fuel line. That way I have plenty more in case I need it. So I have a new section of hose, fuel line. It is the right size, so I'm just going to follow it along, find the end. I'm also going to give myself like an extra 1/2 inch to 1 inch, just so I have a little bit of leeway. That way, okay, maybe this. All right, that works. All right, that way I have a little bit more play. Let's put these clips back on first. So I'm not trying to do it in place and dropping them in the dirt where we can't find them. I would hate to have to try and find these. All right, that'll work. So let's start with the bottom one. Oops. Slipped on surprisingly easy. So did that one. Okay. Well, let's hope I don't have to go back to the parts store. We'll tighten this clamp down. Let's move it. Come on. So, if this leaks, we'll know. I'm gonna wait to do that side. It looks right, but it almost seems to slide on way too easily. Squeeze this down in place. Just gonna use this screwdriver to help push it down. This should be good. All right, so before we just thread that back in, before I go to the effort of removing that fuel line, I'm going to test this out and make sure this doesn't leak, because if it leaks, then I'm gonna need to go get a smaller size. So hopefully it doesn't leak. All right, it looks like it's leaking. Yeah, it's leaking. We need a smaller size, so it's probably the next size down from what we got. So I'm gonna go back up to the parts store, return that bit, this bit that hasn't been used. The other bit's been used, so I don't feel right about returning that. And it's on me because at the parts store, he showed it to me and was like, "Hey, does this look right to you?" And I said, "Yeah, looks right to me." Compare them side by side. Come on, focus. Looks right. But the problem is that probably once I cut, if I were to cut it in half or so, it would be a bit smaller. So it's not 3/8, whatever the next size down fuel line it is. So I am back from the parts store, and now it doesn't look like it's that much of a difference, but it's going to make a huge difference with the fit. I could have, if I was in a real bind and I had to do it and I couldn't get back out, I probably could have used a hose clamp to make it work. But long term, I would rather have the right fitting fuel line than, I'm just gonna go. All right, I got these clamps kind of positioned where I think I'm gonna want them, where it's gonna be easiest. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. Yep. That's the ticket. Yeah, that's the ticket. 100% right there. So, from just looking at the old one, it looked okay, but it was not. Cool. Now, yeah, let's try and get to this one. By try, I mean we'll get to this one. Alright, is that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is, again, same situation. Not as bad, but it's definitely dry rotted, and only a matter of time before this section starts to leak. These clamps back on. Sweet. All right, let's go throw this back in place. Let's start with the bottom one, I think, because then we have the most amount of play we possibly have. And to not actually be able to see what I'm doing, that would be helpful. Come on. Or really reach in there. This looks good. That one looks okay. They don't look dry rotted. So I don't have to worry about the really long pieces of fuel line. But okay, maybe we have to reach in from the top. Yeah, we have to get in up on the tire and reach down. All right, this started. All right, that looks to be right where it needs to be. And then there is no good way to get to this clip. I just remembered I don't want to do this right now. All right, let's grab the flathead. Yeah, this is a pain. But the upside is it's not 2 o'clock in the morning in the middle of a snowstorm when it's 10 degrees outside. So at least there's that. I think we're good. I think it's on there. It looks like it is anyways. Let me take this end. Alright. I could just leave this long, but I think I'm gonna just trim the end down a little bit. It's good to have it a bit long, but right now it's a bit too long. I don't want to take too much off of it, but if it sticks out too much, it's going to get caught on something or rub against something and wear a hole in it, and we're back to square one of going up and getting more fuel line, because I don't have enough to repair that one again. But this is probably original fuel line, so we're just gonna prime prime the system, make sure there's no air in it, give it a couple more pumps. All right, and let's fire it up again. I'm gonna let that run for a few minutes, and we'll check on it, make sure it doesn't have any leaks, and then we can get back to work. Well, that fixed the problem. Sometimes it's just the simple things. Luckily today it was just a simple thing, and not something more serious. Hope you found this video interesting, if not a little bit helpful. Thanks for watching. My name's Josh. Something else is gonna break, I know it.